I'm not sure if we want kids or not. And honestly, sometimes when you're not sure about something, I feel like the universe gives you a sign. Okay? I believe in that sort of thing, and I got a sign about children while we're in Hawaii. Okay? We're in the hotel room. Things are heating up, you know, the boobs there. It's romantic. She said, "Hey, Trey, why don't you get us something to drink?" It's a good idea. I opened up the fridge, and swear to God, right there, top shelf, was my sign. It said, "Pull out, Trey." It was a freaking sign. And so I said, "Thanks, fridge, for having my back," you know? They spelled my name wrong, but it's cool. It's cool. Last time I told that joke, my sister was in the audience, and in the middle of the laughter, I just heard somebody go, "Ew!" I was like, "Security, can you get this woman out of here?" Okay. My wife brought up another good point about children. She said, "Well, you know, it's the woman that has to go through all the pain for childbirth." I said, "Hey, no arguments here." You know, they say that childbirth is like the most pain that a human can handle, and we have painkillers still that bad. She's this huge animal lover, super into animals, and so she goes, "Man, I didn't even think about that. Animals don't have painkillers, so they just have to deal with it, you know?" Then she said, "I bet elephants experience the most pain during childbirth." I said, "I don't know, I bet it's porcupines." It's got to be, direction is very important. You got to go with the grain. Because a breech birth goes real bad, real fast. It's like severe tire damage. Okay. Kids, we don't have. But we do have dogs. Are we dog people? Clap if you like dogs. We should all be clapping. You know, dogs are better than people. But, sir, I noticed you did not clap for the dogs. Is that because you're a cat person, you have allergies, you're just a monster? What's going on?
Because you have a dog that's a monster.
Oh, you have a dog that's terrible. Okay, well, you get a pass. Only because you went to church this morning. You skipped one day. We have two. We got 2 dogs. What kind of dog you got? Well, glad she's here. I have a Corgi. His name is Cornelius Everett III. And I have a pit bull. Her name is Aurora Jean. And even though it's Cornelius who is the mean one, it's Aurora that some people are afraid of. They're afraid of her because pit bulls have that negative stereotype, which is, it's ridiculous, quite frankly. I was doing this barbecue in the fall time. A friend called me up the day before, and he said, "Well, look, unless you lock up that pit bull, I'm not going to bring my kid over." I was like, okay, well, first off, I didn't invite your fucking kid. Right? Thank you. So see if I give a shit. And 2, I said, I cannot believe you're worried about Aurora, because she is an amazingly sweet dog. She's never so much as shown her teeth, let alone actually bitten anybody. Unlike that kid of yours. Pretty sure he's been going through this biting phase for like 3 years now, and he's 14 years old. He should be put down. Thank you for being on my side. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. I live in a duplex, so my neighbors, they don't like that I've got dogs. They say that they're loud, but my neighbors are easily louder than my dogs are, so I don't really worry about it. Last night was no exception. They were up late fighting, which is pretty typical. And from what I could hear through the drywall, with my glass pressed firmly against it, Turns out the guy has been having an affair. Not good. He ended up leaving. It's like 3 in the morning. She's bawling. I'm completely wrecked. And I know at this point there's no way that I'm going to get to sleep, right? Because I can't stand to hear a woman cry. I don't have that in me. So finally I just got up, I went next door, I knocked. She answered and I said, "Hey, shut up." It is 3 in the morning. And I am glad you laughed at that. That's kind of one of my tester jokes. See where the crowd is at, and typically, if you laugh at that one, we're okay. So, I got one coming up in a bit. I think that we're going to be all right. Are we okay? We're good? All right. We'll push it a little further here. See what we have. For Christmas, I got an Amazon Echo. They're pretty cool. Do all kinds of cool shit. And what I didn't realize is, so when you first get it, the wake word, the word you say to turn the thing on, is Alexa. But turns out you can change the wake word to whatever you want. My wife is pretty ornery. She found out about this. She immediately changes the wake word to the Alexa. And what did she change it to?
Hey, bitch.
She changed it to bitch. That's what she did. And she loves it. Okay? I can hear her from clear on the other end of the house. She'll be like, "Bitch, put bacon on my shopping list." It'll respond with, "Putting bacon on your shopping list." She's got me doing it now. It's also our alarm in the morning. It'll be going off. Me and the wife wake up simultaneously like, "Bitch, shut up." Shutting up. It is a lot of fun. However, if any of you decide to go this route, I'm warning you. We forget to tell people that we've done that. And it can make for an awkward situation, right? I was cooking dinner with my mother-in-law, and she handed me a casserole, said, "Put this in the oven for 30 minutes. I said, "Bitch, set a timer for 30 minutes. Not good. Not good at all. And the situation was further complicated by the fact that we were not at my house. I wasn't thinking. She said, "Excuse me." And now I've got a decision to make, right? I can either look like a jackass, like I already do, or I can explain the whole situation, but then I look like an idiot, you know? Well, let me tell you, I am just so freaking tired of looking like an idiot, you know? So I said, "Did I stutter?" And I slapped her on the ass. Yeah. In case anybody was wondering, we did burn the casserole. I come from a very tiny town of Virginia, Illinois. I think we're smaller than you guys. What's the population of here? Nobody knows. I should just count. This is a population, right? 1,700. So yeah, you guys are a little bit bigger than my hometown. And so, I don't know about you guys, but well, I do know about you guys. Not a lot of diversity going on, right? And in my hometown, it was a huge deal when we got a foreign exchange student from Japan. It was like, they put it in the paper, right? But he and I became close friends. We were in the 4th grade, and I got to learn a lot about his culture. He got to learn a lot about ours. Very neat. At that age, I had never even heard of a bidet before, right? But apparently, he had never seen a water fountain. So, yeah, that was super awkward. turned into like a surprise sex ed day. I'm the middle child. I have an older sister and a younger brother. Anybody else here middle child? Yes? That whoop was a middle child energy. Did you have middle child syndrome? Fuck yeah, right. Yeah, so for those of you who aren't aware, that's whenever your parents give more attention to the oldest and the youngest, and they forget about the middle child, which can lead to some unwanted qualities like them becoming a stand-up comedian. That's not good. So, quick question. About how old were you when you realized that your parents don't love you? Go. 3! God damn, that's young. That explains a little bit. Yeah, you're like, this old one out. Yeah, I hear you. So, are your parents here with you tonight? No, of course not. You forgot about them. Well, I'll tell you, I was thinking at some point that my parents were forgetting about me, and I wanted to be 100% sure. I didn't want to guess, so I came up with a test. And I went up to my mom. I said, "Hey Mom, you're supposed to know everything about me, so tell me this, when did I take my first steps?" And she said, "Oh, come on, okay?" She said, "Look, I don't remember the exact date, but I do remember it was on your first birthday." Thanks, Mom. Sad joke. I'll tell you though, I'll never forget, when I turned 26. My dad came up to me on my birthday, and he told me that he'd always hoped that he could raise a son to be a better man than him. And he felt as though he'd accomplished that. And he gave me this great big hug, and he told me just how proud he was of my little brother. That's 2 sad jokes. We'll move on. Pick on my sister while we're at it. My sister is the world's worst driver. Okay, I know everybody says that about somebody. Like you probably think that you know the world's worst driver. Yeah, he's like, yeah, she's right here. Yeah. Who's driving tonight?
I always drive.
You always drive. You have a death wish? You're like, she's the world's worst driver, and I let her drive. Well, yeah. Anyway. Well, here, I might make you feel better with this story, because my sister is pretty bad. She's the only person I know. She got a brand new vehicle and immediately hit a deer. And I mean, immediately, same day, she was still in downtown Chicago, okay? Like, how does that even happen? Question, was anybody here actually at that Christmas parade? Oh yeah, Santa was pissed off. Afterwards, he told her, he's like, "I just thought you were going to turn. She's not really bright." And said, "I thought you were going to pull up." You know? I don't know.
Pull up's right.
I don't know if I can tell this next joke or not. Well, all right. By round of applause, how many people here have played or are at least familiar with the game Cards Against Humanity? All right, I'm gonna tell it. We're gonna roll with it. So I'm here to tell you to not play that game with your grandma. I made a mistake. Okay, it's a very adult party game, and I wasn't thinking. And she said, "Trey, I don't even know what the word on this card is, but I've got nothing else to play, so screw it." And the word on that card was bukkake. And then she said, "Trey, what does that even mean?" And if you don't know what bukkake means, don't feel bad, because you know what? Neither did I. And so the mistake came whenever I said, "I don't know. Hey, why don't we just look it up?" Terrible idea. I pulled out my phone and it took us straight to Pornhub. Okay? And then my grandma went, "Oh, that, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's not what we used to call it." Some things you don't recover from. I need you guys to help me settle an argument I've been having with my wife. It's been going on for a while. And she says people don't do this. I completely disagree. Okay? So, good example. When you're cleaning out your pantry, okay, and there's a bag of chips with just a little bit left in there, rather than put the bag back, you finished off the chips so you can throw that bag away, right? Yes? Thank you very much. So anyway, I was cleaning out our medicine cabinet. And let me tell you, Dayquil does not cancel out NyQuil, okay? But it is a lot of fun, and right now I can hear colors. So that's pretty cool. We've come to the sales portion of my set. So a lot of comedians, they sell merchandise after a show in order to have enough gas money to get home, right? I'm no different, so I do have something to sell. Most comedians, a lot of them do t-shirts. It's a great idea. You know, they'll put a joke that they're very much known for on the shirt, and they'll sell that. Problem is, the joke that I'm most known for is that Amazon Echo Pin, and I just couldn't sell a shirt that just said, "Bitch, shut up." Right? Sends the wrong message. It sends the wrong message. So I was looking to other parts of my life to find something that I could sell. And I thought, well, hey, I'm a woodworker, you know? I make cutting boards, wine displays, that sort of thing. And hell, my wife, she's a morning woodworker. She makes me happy. It's my wife's favorite joke. She does like to remind me, though, that in reality, she has the higher sex drive than I do. I mean, it's backwards. Usually it's the guy who has the higher sex drive. And normally that's great for me. But sometimes she's in the mood, and I'm just not feeling it. So this is what I do in those situations, is I pick her up, and I set her in a bowl of rice until she dries out. Yeah. And it works like a charm. Okay? Works great. My favorite part about that joke is women tend to like that joke, and men do not expect women to like that joke. And so oftentimes I'll look out and there'll be a couple, and the guy's laughing, but then looking at his wife like, "Can I laugh? You're fine?" She's laughing. What was I doing? Selling shit, right. So, woodworking, problem. All that stuff is heavy, and I'm strong. So, I didn't want to haul it around. And so I was thinking, what is light? And balloons. Balloons are light. And so that is what I sell. I sell balloon animals. You guys want to see some? Yeah. No, you don't. No, but you're gonna. You're gonna. I'm gonna go without the mic for a second. All right, we're gonna abandon that. All right, so we've got a snake. A snake. Very good. You got to make a dog, right? That's the thing. Has to make a dog. So that's what I got. He's in a hot dog costume. A little bigger dog, right? And then for anybody, you know, our drinkers tonight, if you consider yourself the beer king and queen or so, I have your crown. This little beer crown. like one of these, or I have the stuff to make all kinds of balloons, come see me after the show. They're $10 a balloon, and happy to make you something. There's always somebody who comes up to me after the show, and he says, "Did you really make those?" Yes, I did. That'd be the weirdest fucking bluff ever. But it's every show, and so I don't know what it is about my face that says I'm not talented enough to do this. But I really will make you balloons after the show. So come see me, come hang out. And if you want to come say hi and you don't want a balloon, that's cool too. I love chatting with people after the show. And it's also fun to just blow me off and walk straight through the door. That's cool, because honestly, I don't really like talking to people after the shows. Dean just makes me say that. So it's almost time for me to wrap up. I do have a difficult conversation to tell you about. And, you know, you guys have been great. You know, and not all audiences are great. And I asked, when I first got here, I asked Dean, I said, your crowd, do you think that these types of people are typically easy to offend? He said, buddy, they are more likely to offend you. And I said, challenge accepted. He said, hold off, because if you do manage to actually offend somebody, they'll probably shoot you. So I thought he was joking, because he told me that in there. Then we walked in and I saw the gun rack, and I was like, okay. I don't know. But no, there's certain things I don't like talking about very much with people. Politics is one of them. Politics is an ugly topic that, you know, divides people. Sometimes, though, people want to talk politics with me. I don't get it. Having a conversation with this guy, wasn't about politics, and then out of nowhere he said, well, I'll tell you what's wrong with this country, is all those black gangs. I was like, holy shit. I was like, okay, so well, you know, like, that's not what's wrong with the country. There's a fuck something wrong with the country. But, more importantly, you are aware that not only black people are in gangs, right? Every culture has got their own thing going on. Like Japanese have got the Yakuza, Mexicans have got the cartel, Italians have the mafia, hell, white people have Congress, you know?